Hey, what's going on, Stevie? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you good, man.
Awesome, awesome. Jonathan Rob with kind of Five Reasons Sports. Stevie, it's your first season here in the PFL, and you were able to make the playoffs while some other fighters kind of take a year or so to get adjusted to the format. Why do you feel like you were able to be so successful, and why do you feel like you're going to continue that success in the playoffs?
I feel like the PFL system works well for me. I always do better when I'm more active. So rather than taking like big layoffs and stuff, just being super active. My first year of fighting, I had 12 fights, seven semi-pro and 5 pro all in the 1 year. And I ended up winning them all apart for the last one. But yeah, I just do well when I'm active. Um, and that's why, things have been going well, I think.
For sure. Now, you were a previous champion in other promotions such as Cage Warriors. How has the path to the PFL championships been similar? And how has the journey been a little bit different from winning other championships?
Yeah, it's been very similar. I mean, the only thing that was a little bit different was the very first fight against Alexander Martinez. I had such a big layoff. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've fought in Bama. I've had the Bama title. I've had the Cage Warriors title. I had 11 fights in the UFC and done well there. And then I had the big layoff. I got the ring rust out the way, and now I'm coming for the PFL belt.
Now, you spoke about that Martinez matchup. If he makes it to the finals and you win this fight, what do you feel like you need to do differently to get the win?
Um, just loads of things. I made mistakes. I gave my back up early, and I think the first round I threw a side kick. Um, he took the outside foot, and I managed to get my back, and then I just feel like from there, it was like a backwards kind of. It was like I was always playing catch up after that. I dropped him in the second round, and he done well to recover. But yeah, I feel like maybe the ring rust played a big factor in that fight. Me making mistakes, and obviously fair play to him, he capitalized on a lot of stuff as well. But yeah, just being prepared to, like, he took me down, I think twice, when I should have been, stuffing them. So I made a lot of mistakes, I would say, but I've already made the changes. Never mind for when the next fight, if that fight does happen again.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, speaking of rematches, you do have a rematch coming up in this first round matchup as well. Who do you feel mentally this rematch benefits more? Is it him because he wants that revenge, or is it you because you already have the confidence knowing you finished him?
Yeah, so I would say you can look at it in two different ways. Obviously, he's going to be looking at trying to be positive, saying, you know what, he's got a chance to have get revenge and almost eliminate the get back at me. But I think psychologically and mentally, I've got the favor. I mean, it was only just 5 weeks ago that I beat him. Um, so there's that. And there's also the fact that I slightly injured him in that fight as well. There was probably a good few weeks after that fight where he had to either rest or be very careful in his training camp. I've landed that submission in the gym, and that's me doing it a lot more careful in the gym, and it's, it can even hurt, them. It damages the cartilage and the ribs. So yeah, I think mentally he's going to know that he's not had the best fight camp, especially early on, with it being only 6 weeks of a difference. I think that will all be playing on his head, and this time I'm even sharper. I came out uninjured, just straight back to training, so I'm going to be even better this time.
Yeah, a little bit of lasting effects from that fight. Now, last one for me, man. Do you have any message to your fans back home?
Just message to the fans is just thank you for all the support. I'm representing Scotland and the UK, putting you on the map. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. When I'm walking out fighting, I'm doing it for us all, not just myself.
Hey, I appreciate your time, Stevie, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Max. How you doing, Stevie? This is Max going from the Going Live Network. Thanks so much for taking the time.
No worries, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. I had a quick 2 questions for me. Obviously, we just kind of touched on it just now. You do have this rematch, but I was just wondering, how do you approach a rematch after a victory? Are there any major changes you make in your preparation, or are you confident that, hey, it worked this time, it's going to work the next time as well?
So I think it just depends on how the fight went, really. I mean, this time around, maybe some small, slight adjustments. But if you look at the first fight, regardless of the finish, I think the fight was going well. The first round was fairly close. Wasn't too much in it in terms of, who won the round. It was fairly close. So just made some small adjustments on what I can do better to make sure that I'm winning the round and winning the fight. But in terms of plan, it's just the same plan, like I'm going to be coming forward, trying to take his head off, or submit him, just, go in and win. I don't feel like I need to, do a certain thing. I believe I can win on the feet, on the ground, just whatever.
Awesome. And then just one final question for me. To my knowledge, this is your first fight in New York City. Do you feel any additional pride fighting at such a historic venue as the main event?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's my first time in New York, main eventing, MSG. And yeah, I'm just kind of glad. And, I've seen this coming. Like, I believe I've worked hard, putting the hard work over the last 12 years, because really, everything I've done in my career has all led up to this fight on Friday. So I feel like, this is just the start of what I deserve and the amount of hard work that I've put in, and it's now going to be paying off.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Anyone have any more questions for Stevie? Okay. Conan, go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Hey, Conan.
Sorry. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Stevie, you are proudly representing Scotland. Could you please tell us more about your hometown in Scotland?
Tell us more about my hometown in Scotland. So I live in Fife, close to Edinburgh in Scotland. Lived there my whole life. And yeah, just, proud to represent Fife and Scotland, and the UK.
For this particular rematch, please tell us where you trained and the people who you trained with.
So I train at higher level MMA in Bathgate, Scotland. It's in between Edinburgh and Glasgow. I train along beside Danny Henry, who's in the UFC, Mark Ewan, who is an EFC. Obviously, my coach, James Doolan. Yeah, we've got multiple people. I mean, we've got up and rising guys like Sean Clancy, who's going to be a really watch out for him. I mean, there's so many guys. We've had past, previous, current top fighters.
Okay, thank you. Good luck, Stevie.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Hey there, Stevie. I appreciate you making some time.
Thank you. No worries, you too.
I'm just wondering, because I noticed a headline going around saying that you'd be looking at some double history here, just being the UK's first world champ since Michael Bisping and the only $1 million PFL prize winner. Like, can you speak to how much of a motivator that is in this playoffs series, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's really motivating. I mean, I've won the Cage Warriors world title. I've been 2-time champion there, but Cage Warriors is probably more a European thing, even though it's a world title, whereas PFL were right up there with, Bellator and the UFC. And to win that would feel like, it's a real kind of world title. And especially with 2 wins over Pettis and then whoever I get in the final. But yeah, it'll be cool. That and the bonus of the $1 million is a big help as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the insights, man.
Thank you.
All right, Stevie, thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're just going to go right next door.
Next door, man.
Yep.